It's company-wide call. We're so glad you took a few moments to be with us. We hope to provide you a really great, interesting call and got a lot of fun, exciting announcements for your business. My name is Britt Cloward. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing, and I'll be doing the majority of the call. We also have some consultant guest speakers and our Director of Technology who will be on the call today, so excited to have them. Patty Gardner, our President, sends you all her love. And just a sec, I've got someone. Oh, we're recording. Okay, we're making sure we're recording this. She sends her love. She's out exploring possibilities for fun vacations and tack trips. So we're excited to hear kind of what she finds as she comes back. Well, let's jump right in. We've got a lot to go over, some exciting news about the new kit, about some photo storage things, and some great training. First of all, we wanted to just talk briefly about Reunion. Hopefully you've had a talk with an upline leader recently. If you haven't signed up, we challenged our senior leaders and leaders to contact those people who are doing the business and give them a personal invite to attend Reunion. Don Lenhoff, our Director of Marketing, is out actually doing some filming right now. He told me just the other day that he likes to ask the question with the consultants he's filming, when did you finally kind of decide to do Heritage Makers, that you're in, that you're really gonna work this business and have it turn into something that would benefit your family? And he said it's astounding how many times the answer is when I attended a reunion. It was my first reunion that made all the difference. I got to know the right people, I got the right training, I got the right motivation, and I finally caught the vision of what it is that Heritage Makers is really trying to do in the world. Any of you who aren't signed up for a reunion, I'd encourage you to take a few moments and register, or if you're just not sure you can come, I'd encourage you to talk to your upline director or senior leader and ask what it is that reunion can do for you. It is an investment of time and money, and we've seen that the investment pays off big time, especially during the fall. Well, let's talk a little bit more about some reunion details. On our reunion site, we had mentioned that we would post more details this month. We're just finishing up the details. They'll actually post up next week sometime, so watch for them, but you're going to get a lot of them here. Reunion theme is Build Something Beautiful. It is a beautiful location. You are going to love it. The doormen wear lederhosen. How could you not love that? I mean, really, it's the Swiss feeling and the Rockies, not quite Alps of Utah, but it is going to be so much fun and just a beautiful, beautiful venue, beautiful location. The agenda for Reunion starts September 20th. That's a Thursday. 9 to 11 a.m. we're going to have the Your Story, Your Way photo shoot. That's an incentive reward. We'll go over that towards the end of the call. But for those people who are earning that incentive, there'll be a special photo shoot for them, so they'll want to arrive early that day to get their photo, and we can put it in their magazines. Next, from 10 a.m. to 11:45 a.m., we have a special new director event. We've just announced this. We've never done it before. The first time it's for new directors who I think that's the event we've never done before. New directors as of this reunion. We're going to have some special people there for you to meet and some training. It's by invitation only. So if you are not a director and you'd like to become one, you can attend that event by achieving director by the end of August. Next, we have between noon and 3:30 p.m. is our leadership lunch event. There is a fee required for that. You need to register. Details will be on the site next week. You can register for that event if you are a current leader. And as part of that, well, I think we'll go over that in just a moment. Next, we have a new attendee mix and mingle. This is something else that's new. If this is your first time attending Reunion between 3:45 and 4:15, you have a special invitation to, we'll give you a room to go to, and you're going to meet some of the top leaders of Heritage Makers. I'll be there, Patty will be there, a few other important folks, and folks that you'll really want to get to know. And it's a special event just for people who are newly attending Reunion. So watch for that. Make sure you watch for your invitation if this is your first time. 6 to 9 p.m. is our opening session. Got some fun things in store there. And then we move next to Friday. On Friday, we have a special President's Club breakfast from 7 to 8:30 a.m. in the morning. That'll be by invitation for our current President's Club members. 9 a.m. to noon is our first general session. That's usually the general session where we introduce products, we introduce new releases, all sorts of things happen in that one. It's a great one to attend. We'll have a lunch break, and then we'll have a Reunion Store early entrance for the store. That's for people as part of the Build Something Beautiful incentive. They can get in there early and avoid the lines and the rush during the store. Next, we have the speaker's lunch, and then the store will be open from 12:30 pretty much all afternoon. Workshops will be going from 2 to 4. And then we have a special HM event that night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it's kind of a team night. We'll have some entertainment, we'll have some food, and just a great place to be able to get together and to just have a lot of fun is what it comes down to. There will be registration for that event as well. There's information about that. Or you can earn the event free as part of the Build Something Beautiful incentive. Okay, next we move to Saturday. Unfortunately, that is the last day of the event. 9 to noon will be an opening general session. Noon to 2 will be a lunch break. Store will be open that day during lunch. We'll have our closing workshops. And then we'll have a formal awards banquet that night. Now, a registration with Reunion includes the awards banquet. However, you will need to register and say what your meal ticket option is, if there's meal ticket options and things like that. We'll be sending out an email to everyone who's registered to get more information, T-shirt sizes, a bunch of other things like that. And that'll probably send out towards the end of July. So watch for that email and make sure you fill it out so we have everything ready for you in your event. Some reunion reminders. First of all, the Best of Heritage nominations, the deadline is July 15th. That's just 2 weeks away, and we're still looking for great nominations. Best of Heritage is our top award for projects that have published and really achieved the Heritage Makers mission, vision, or mission and vision. So watch for that, and please enter. There's details in the business blog about how to enter those. We also have President's Award nominations. These are our top awards at our awards banquet for consultants. There's information on the website. There's links on the website to be able to nominate those folks. We also have the President's Club event that I mentioned about. That's the President's Club breakfast. Just some note on that. In order to attend, a consultant must be either a first-time member in July or August. So if you've never been a President's Club member before and it's your first time you've achieved it in July or August, you're invited to attend. Or you need to be a currently qualified member in July and August. So that's having the 40 clubs and hitting the minimum maintenance requirements. So plan that for next month in August, and we'll have a just fun event for our President's Club there. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. We only have 2 days left. Oh, these are all kind of showing up. Oh, here we go. Leadership event. You can register for the event by entering in the item code 9825. We'll have that detail on the Reunion site next week, but if you want to get a jump on it, you can go register right now, 9825. You must be at least the rank of a director or a President's Club member in order to attend that leadership event. And I believe the leadership event President's Club requirements is the same as attending the President's Club breakfast. You need to be either a new one in July or August, or maintained in both July and August. There's only 2 days left for the early bird price and for 3-month payment plan. If you haven't registered, if you have people in your team who've been thinking about it or just haven't taken the time to, we found a couple leaders who it slipped off of their list of things to do. Please take advantage of that. The price will go up, and the 3-month payment plan will no longer be available after this month. Reunion rewards, just a reminder, as part of the Brand New Day, Build Something Beautiful incentive. These are some great Reunion perks you can get as you earn the incentive each month. Obviously, there's the consultant bucket bag that's on the incentive. But at the Pearl level, you get that Reunion Store early entry. If this is your first time going to Reunion, We put that right at the beginning because it's one of the most popular items that you can earn. We limit the number of people who go in there, buy this incentive, and it allows you to, one, get in early. And there's certain items that we only carry a small stock of, and so we want you make sure that you can get your choice of the items that we have a limited stock on, and then you don't have to wait in line nearly as long. Ruby level gets the free admission to the reunion evening activity, and then Emerald and Diamond level, we're going to give you store credit to go purchase whatever you will in the reunion store. Next, we wanted to just invite two of our leaders who've attended Reunion, talk a little bit about why it is that they're coming to Reunion. Both of these gals are not in Utah. They're having to make an investment in flight and time away from their family. And wanted to invite Jennifer Stratton, our director from Anchorage, Alaska, to talk a little bit about why she attends Reunion.
Well, hi there. Thank you very much for inviting me to talk. And yes, I am coming from Anchorage, Alaska, and this is actually my third time doing this, coming from Alaska to Reunion. And I'm coming, the reason I do the company events is that they fill me back up. I mean, they're any time when you have business, there's ebbs and flows, and you have like a lull or things are slow, and then the great thing about a company event, and specifically with Heritage Makers, because they spoil us rotten in a good way, is that you get filled back up, you get re-energized, and you feel that energy and the power of being together as a group and all sharing a common goal. So I'm coming for that. And then also Wednesday Cox, this last leadership when we were all together in Park City, which was another event that I traveled all the way from Alaska to attend, said, I think part of your why is the connection you have with your family, your Heritage Makers family. I think part of your why is us. And admittedly, she is right. That's one of the reasons I come, is to connect with my Heritage Maker sisters. And so that's why I'm coming. So I'm really excited.
And we love having you come, Jennifer, because you're just so fun.
Well,
we can have fun like you. You make the event so fun. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Absolutely.
And next we want to invite just one other fun leader. I love going out to regionals in her state because they're always just a blast. She makes it a lot of fun. This is Sabrina Copas. She's a new gold director from Arizona. Sabrina, are you there?
I am there. Can you hear me?
I can.
Well, I am so excited. I'm so excited to be talking to you about Reunion. Just let everyone know that I have been to 5 reunions. And like I said, I'm in Arizona, so it is travel. For some reason, I can fly to New York cheaper than I can fly to Utah, but that's okay. I can't control that. I've been to 5 reunions, and I had to miss my reunion last year because of the birth of my baby. And I know family comes first, but you know what, guys? Because I couldn't go to Reunion, it was really hard to meet my goals last Christmas. As Jennifer said, you get filled up with that energy, and I just didn't have that going through the Christmas season. So, my business kind of took a back seat last year. So that's a huge reason right there. So with that, I'm going to go through 4 reasons why you have to sign up today to go to Reunion, okay? Number 1, you're going to rub shoulders with amazing ladies that will be more than happy to share any tips and tricks from the business, okay? Bring a notebook. Write it down. Bring your camera. Take pictures of all those cute things that these ladies do. It's great. Number 2, it's a great time to bond with your team. Remember, this business is all about relationships, and we want you to be connected with your upline. We want you to be connected with us. And if you go to Reunion, it's a great way to bond and build those relationships. I think Jennifer said that, and I just echo that. Number 3, you said this too, but Reunion is like having an IV shot filled with motivation. Really, if you're brand new and you're just getting out there for the first time, and of course you get it, you signed up for the business and you love it, and you go to your very first party workshop and you tell people and not everybody got it, you got your first no, and all of a sudden you start thinking, oh my gosh, maybe this isn't for me, maybe it is, I don't know, maybe even worse, the product, maybe it's not what I thought it was going to be, and you kind of, go the back and forth and get into your little shell a little bit. Well, come to Reunion, because you're going to see and meet 400 plus ladies that get it, that get Heritage Makers and the reason why you signed up. and that motivates you. And sometimes we feel when we get those very first couple no's that everybody's going to say no to us, and that's why being filled constantly with a room of people that get it makes you feel like, you know what, the world is bigger than your little circle, and there is people out there that get it, and I can do this business. So I think that's a huge reason. And number 4, my last but not least, it is absolutely a blast, and I'm all about having fun. So if you're, there for the fun, then you're going to get that at the reunion. So hopefully that is what you need to hear today, and that's the reason why I tell my team to go, and hopefully one of those reasons kind of fit with you. That's it.
Hey, thank you so much, Sabrina. And I don't know why it costs so much to fly from Arizona. It's a crime and a shame that it should. But we're glad that you come up here. Well, there you have it. We spent a little bit more time on reunion than maybe you were expecting, but it is one of the best things you can attend. If you've never attended before, one thing that I think Sabrina really brought up well is rubbing shoulders with other leaders. There's workshops, but also there's people who know how to do what you may not know how to do, or you feel a little bit weak in. They know how to do it well. Things like maybe booking. If you're not particularly strong at booking, you'll find a host of leaders and other consultants who are very strong at booking and can give you that $1 million idea that gets your business going. Or if you're not particularly strong at closing at your workshops, actually getting people to buy, or selling Club HM. Maybe that's something that you haven't quite figured out. How do you really express the value in Club HM? There are hundreds of gals who are attending that event who can answer those questions and strengthen you. And from those tips and everything else you get there, that's where the investment really pays off, particularly during the fall, and particularly as you start signing up Club HM members. As we all know, that renews and continues to pay you throughout the year. All right, we've got to unfortunately move on past reunion, but it's going to be here just around the corner. Next, we want to talk a little bit about photo storage. We initially talked about photo storage in the company back in February, talked about a need to change some of the strategy that Heritage Makers has had in photo storage, and we're getting close to implementing that. I'm going to be going over some of those changes right now. First of all, photo storage, hopefully not many of us have these anymore. Most of them are digitally on our computer. And Heritage Makers currently offers an unlimited photo storage plan for Premier members, and then a limited photo storage plan for basic members. Well, as we've grown as a company,
it looks like your screen.
I'm hearing someone on the who hasn't quite muted there. Thanks. As we've grown as a company, the need to adjust the strategy on photo storage has arisen, and that's partially what you've seen in the industry. You've seen lots of different companies who have learned that there are some real costs to online, whether it's photo storage or connection to the cloud. And that's really what this goal is. We've tried to create a policy that we can live with long-term as a company, but also provides great value to our clients and our consultants. And so this is the photo storage policy that we're going to be moving forward with. And let me just explain it really briefly. We have photo storage. We have different types of accounts, a basic or premier account on the left-hand side. And then we have 2 types of storage. We have storage of your unpublished photos. Those are photos that are kind of your working photos that you haven't put in your project, or you put in your project but you haven't published your projects yet. And then we have published photos. Those are photos that you've actually put in published projects or published with those projects. As you can see, we tier that a little bit. Our goal is to be a great place to store your most valuable photos, the ones that really represent your heritage. We don't really want to become that photo dump where you put everything that's on your camera. You know what I'm talking about, the 15 photos of the child taking the kick at the soccer ball, and most of them are unusable. We just kind of upload them all at once. What Heritage Makers wants to do is find the very best of those photos, the ones that you actually put in your projects, and be able to keep those safe and secure online for you. So a basic account is going to have 1 gigabyte of space for unpublished photos. That's approximately 500 photos. And then for published photos, as they build more and more projects with Heritage Makers and publish those, there's a full 5 gigabytes of space there for those users, approximately 2,500 photos. Now, many of our users who do lots of projects become Premier members through Club or buying a Premier account. A Premier Active account is going to have 5 gigabytes of space for unpublished photos, and a majority of our users are well under 5 gigabytes of storage space. That's approximately 2,500 photos. And for your published photos, if you're a Premier member, if you're on Club HM, we're going to do a unlimited option on photos. That's tons of photos. Now, we're currently looking into the unlimited option to make sure that this is a long-term kind of a thing that we can do. We may adjust that a little bit as we move forward this month, but that's our goal, is to keep something that's unlimited or so high that the majority of people just can store all their most treasured photos with Heritage Makers. Additional photo storage space, if you fill up your photo storage on a basic or fill up this area on a Premier Active account, additional 5 gigabytes is only $12.50 a year for an additional 5 gigabytes, or you can use your points, 25 points for the year. Now notice that we've called it a basic active account or a basic or a Premier Active account. An account is active when it meets these qualifications. They've logged in the past 6 months. If they haven't logged in 6 months, then we're going to take the opportunity as a company to notify them and let them know that, hey, we haven't seen that you've logged in, you have photos on this account, we'd like to keep them open and online for you. Please log in to let us know that you're still building your projects or wanting these photos online. It allows us to keep the connection with the client, invite them back to the site to kind of see what's new and to let us know that they're still working on their project. Next is if an account has placed an order within the past 12 months, they'll be an active account. And if they have any unused publishing points, they're an active account. If they don't qualify in any of these, then they may have their accounts, the photos on their accounts deleted as part of a maintenance of photo storage. If they're not logging in, they're not placing orders, if they have no points, and then we've contacted them, they've chosen not to log in or to do anything, their photos could be at risk of deletion. And of course, we'd notify by email, or as they log in, we try and notify them as they logged in that that they need to place an order if they were in that case. One other note, published photo by definition, that means it's a photo that's ordered in a Heritage Makers project. It's actually one that was important enough that you printed it, whether it's a storybook or a canvas or something like that. So that's the basic on photo storage, and I'm not going to be able to answer a lot of questions on this call because we've got a lot to go over, but we will be publishing this information in the business blog just over the next week or so, and then you'll see some more tools coming out later in July, and we should be able to get clarification through those measures. Okay, photo archiving program. You should be aware that Heritage Makers is looking into providing a photo archiving program. What that is consultants and clients can order and receive a copy of all their photos. It would be something online where you'd say, I want a copy, I want an archive copy. We put them, download them, put them on a thumb drive or some sort of disk and send them to you. That program's being researched and built over the next just couple months, and so you should be aware that that's one that we want to do and are working towards, and we'll give you more details on this exciting program later in the summer. Okay, let's see here. Let's move forward next. Photo storage communication. Heritage Makers is going to inform clients via email and Studio login screen that their photos are at risk for deletion because one of the following. So we're going to try and actively let them know. And they'd get an email, or when they log in, it would give them an alert for if their account hasn't been accessed. We'd email them if they haven't accessed in 6 months and say, hey, please log in and let us know that you're still working on this project. We'll keep it open for you and your photos on for you. If an account has not made a purchase within the past 12 months, they'd get an email, or when they log in, it would have an alert that said, hey, your photos are at risk for deletion unless something's remedied there. We'd have some great language there. If an account has no publishing points and they haven't made that purchase within the past 12 months, that again would trigger that. And then also an account that's recently downgraded from Premier. There's people who might be on Premier that have 4 gigabytes or 3 gigabytes of photo storage, and when they downgrade their Premier and go back to basic, they are actually over the basic storage limits. And so that would trigger an email or an alert on their account that would invite them to remedy the situation, either by purchasing Premier, joining Club HM, or buying the photo storage additional 5 gigs or whatever it is that they're needing. Try to make it simple. We'll try and make it some great language, but as a consultant you can know that the home office is going to do a lot of this communication so that you don't have to worry about it. Another note, Heirloom Assurance, we're going to rephrase how Heirloom Assurance works. It actually is the way it works right now, but we needed to change the language so everyone's clear. Heritage Makers, with our Heirloom Assurance, Heritage Makers will reprint any currently printable project for 50% off of the current price. And to take advantage of that program, you simply complete the Heirloom Assurance replacement form and mail the form of the product to the home office. We receive it, reprint, and send it back to you. One note, that the change is currently printable project. There has been times when we've had a product that we've been able to no longer produce, and for example, our board books fall into that category, and unfortunately Heirloom Assurance doesn't cover anything that's not currently printable. That means a product that's currently offered by Heritage Makers, and the project also has to contain all the photos. If someone builds a project and then it lets their account lapse for a year or two, isn't on Premier, doesn't have any points, and their photos are cleared from our system after we try and notify them, and then they go back to try and print the project, those photos, that project would not be printable because those photos would be gone. So again, we'll notify, we'll get the information to the people who fall into those cases, but Heirloom Assurance will still be there for the vast majority of everyone, but it won't be there for people who start a project and then kind of leave for years and years and then come back. Their photos may no longer be on our system unless they've continued their Premier membership or continued working on projects. Okay, well that's not the very fun stuff, going through policies and programs and procedures. It's unfortunately how companies have to work, but those changes are going to be coming. What's the timing of it? We're planning on releasing some tools we'll show you in just a moment later this month in July. Once those tools are released, we'll start communicating to clients and consultants about the change in the policy. We'll also, those people who have photos that are over the storage minimums will receive communication inviting them to manage their photos, clean them up, or purchase additional storage, or whatever fits them. What we'll do once the tools are out is we'll give a certain time frame, probably around 60 days, 45 to 60 days, notice that they can get in and manage and figure out what they want to do with their photos. Again, like I said, the majority of our people don't hit over those minimums. However, some of you on the call who are our biggest fans and have been on Club HM and are producing a whole lot, some of you have a lot of photos on your account. And as we've seen these accounts, we've seen a lot of people are just uploading everything to their account, and they're not even particularly photos that we want to keep. I'm in that boat myself. I just kind of upload everything, and it creates a real cost. So we're going to go over some tools to help you manage your photo storage so that you really have the best photos on your account, and that'll also help you as you make your projects to streamline and help you create projects more quickly. To do that, we're going to invite Ryan Harper, our Director of Technology, to show us what he's been working on. Ryan, are you there? And if you're speaking, I have you on mute because I can't hear you. Ryan may, let's see here. Ryan's just trying to get on a phone call here. Just he's being a little.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. We got it.
Had to find the mute button. All right. Thanks, Britt. It's nice to be here, especially to show some of the fun things that we've been working on. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can take control of the screen here so that I can show you what these tools are going to be. As I do this, I understand that this is very beta. It's something we've been working on. You're the first people to see it right now, so this is we'll see how this goes, and this is always subject to change. As we continue along in the process, we may find something that we need to change, and that may happen. But for now, we wanted to give you an idea of what's going on. So hopefully you can see this okay? And I'm going to go ahead and head on over to our beta site here. And we're going to go ahead and just show you some of the smaller things that we're looking to improve here with the Photo Manager. And so, first of all, you can see that it looks very similar by the default, just by loading it up here. And you can find that by clicking on any of these folders, we have some new icons and some you know, the different albums. Now it shows an album versus a folder, and you can select it. We're going to go down and go into the shared albums here and click on Reunion 2011. And this is an album that was shared with me at some point. So we're going to go ahead and load that up here. And since we are doing this live, these are live photos. So they'll start to kind of come in here, and it's, you know, nothing too different at this point. We've added, you know, if you mouse over the image, you get some more information about dimensions and size of your image, so you can see how big it is and how much it's taking up there, as well as when it was uploaded. And another nice thing is we've got a little scaler down here that lets you change the size of your thumbnails so that you can fit either more on your screen if you like to look at really tiny images, and but if maybe you like to see them a little bigger, we can do that too. As it looks like my wireless connection's behaving a little poorly right now. I'm waiting for all those images to load, but it should be a nice little benefit for being able to get in and see it a little bit bigger. It's still not huge, and it's still not the best quality. It's not the full resolution, but it's something that'll let you get a better idea of what your photo's going to see like. Now, if we go ahead and go into this new detail view, we're going to go ahead and double click on an image as it loads. There we go. There they come. So here come all of our image. Now, so we changed the color scheme a little bit to kind of show the darkness, so that it really helps you focus in on your photos. Gives you some information over here. It also has, I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a little tiny arrow over the image, and if just by clicking on the image, it'll automatically advance to the next one. And you'll notice that the little film strip on the bottom will advance as you move forward. And you can also kind of click on, you can go to the next one, and it'll show you the next set of images, and we'll go to the next page, and you know, just kind of be able to click through them, and you can click through them pretty quickly and load up these images as they're loading in. So you don't have to, before you'd have to close your window, go into the next one, open it up, close it. Hopefully it makes it a little easier to see your images. I've been really happy with that. Same thing goes for going backwards. You can just right here, by mousing over your photo, you can go back and forth. So that's kind of fun with the detail view that we have. And you can see a little tip there, photo usage. We'll talk more about that here soon. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and look at one of my favorite things. If you, I know it's a little thing, but you know, sometimes these little things are the ones that matter. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder here. And you know, before you had to click the cancel button to get out. Now you can just click outside of the window, and it'll go away. Makes it so you don't have to go find the little button and click right on that spot. We're going to go ahead and create the new folder here, and let's see, we'll do test for call, and go ahead and do a create folder. And there it automatically, so it creates the folder. Notice that it created the folder, and it went to the folder and opened it for you and shows that there are no albums. So it automatically takes you right there. And so that's kind of nice. So we'll go ahead and delete that. And we'll delete that there. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we're going to go into, we're going to do a new album here. So I've gone into my Christmas projects here. Let's go ahead and delete this one first so that we can show this here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're in the Christmas projects. We're going to do a new album, Okay, this is kind of handy too. Is that instead of losing your place and closing all of your folders, it keeps it open and keeps it where you were and lets you focus right in on the album. So now you're just ready to start adding photos. Now it's just one of those things that was kind of a pain to figure out, but we're really glad that we did, because it's just a little bit of a polish that makes it just that much better. Okay, so those are just some of the little things that we've been working on with the Photo Manager. Now we're going to look at some of the big stuff. And to start, we've got this little show usage checkbox right here. and you'll notice that when I click on this, it's going to show some additional information. So here we go. So I've gone ahead and pressed the button, and you'll immediately notice that it gets a little more complicated. It shows a lot of information, and we need to show this information so that you can make the appropriate decisions with your photos and where they're used and everything else like that. First thing you'll notice down here is a little chart. We've got our shows photo usage, and this is, remember, this is beta. This is really your unpublished usage, and it shows that I'm using 2 of my 5 gigs, and I have a bunch remaining, which is great. And it also shows my published usage and how much I'm using there. And we think that most of the accounts are going to be like that. The published usage will continue to grow, and we'll manage that photo usage so that you can really continue to focus on keeping your best pictures and the ones that you want to continue to keep in that published bucket. All right, so now let's see. We've got we're going to go into an album here. I'm going to go into this 2011 album. This is pictures I took of my family for a Christmas project. I'm going to go ahead and zoom these out just a little bit. You'll see really quickly that these photos have these little green and blue triangles on them. And those are used to help you see whether or not that photo is one that you want to hang on to. The green show that it is in a published project. That means it's in a project that I've gone ahead and paid for and ordered, and it's published. That's what qualifies it to be in that bottom bucket. And now there are also some of the images here that have the little blue. That means this is in a project that's either active or completed, but it just hasn't been ordered yet. And those are the ones that you probably want to keep tabs on also, and you don't want to delete those at this point. So that's kind of useful just to be able to see that from this viewpoint. We will go into here. Let's see if I can find a project that we'll go into this one here of my wife and my daughter. And so now this little photo usage over here has a little button that says Show Projects. So if I click that button, it's going to go out and it's going to show me which project I'm using that photo in. And if I want, I can go over here and I can click View, and it's going to launch the little previewer to go in and view the project. And I'll be able to see, oh yeah, sure enough, there's the photo. That's exactly where I was using it. Thank you. And I can decide how I want to proceed from there. Whereas maybe if we go to another photo that let's see here, we're going to go one more photo here, like this one of my daughter pointing to her nose. She was very proud of herself. And you know, we just that one didn't quite make the cut, but it is in a project, and I can see, oh yeah, I did start this canvas with that project, but it's not quite there yet. And then if I you know, go to a project that I'm not using, or a photo that I'm not using, it'll tell you. So we think that that'll be really helpful in trying to identify which photos you can feel comfortable about removing from your Heritage Makers account. I mean, it doesn't mean that you're going to get rid of that image altogether. You're always going to keep a copy on your local computer or somewhere else. It's always a good idea to have your photos in at least 3 locations, but we just hope that, you know, the good ones make it up to Heritage Makers so you can put them in your projects. Let's see, we've got the other thing we've got here is, so if you can also filter your photos. Right now, before I get to there, you'll notice that these 2 columns showed up, and it shows you this column's mislabeled right now, but it'll say unpublished. So this will show you the amount of unpublished space, or the photos that are not published projects, how much space they're taking up per album and per folder, as well as how many of your photos are published and therefore in the published bucket, and that you'll be able to tell that really easily that way. So we're going to go ahead and drop this down now to say, let's go ahead and look for, I just want to see my published projects or published photos. So it'll automatically filter that down and just show me photos that are in published projects. So you can also do that for active projects or even unused images. You go, oh, these are the ones that I didn't use. Yeah, maybe I am okay to delete this one and to delete this one. And you can make those decisions a little bit easier that way. And the final step is if we go back to our Show All Images here, and I happen to click, maybe I'm clicking through and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get this one, I'm going to get this one, and this one, I'm going to delete them. And so if I click delete, it's going to say, oh, you've selected images that are in completed projects. If you want to delete those images, and by completed I mean it means to say published, if you want to delete those images, please delete those projects first. We don't want to allow people to delete photos that are in published projects unless it's absolutely necessary. We want to try to help them avoid that. And so there'll be several little warnings as they're trying to delete photos, saying, you know, are you really sure? Is this really what you want to do? And we hope that that will be a tool that will be able to help them better control and manage their storage. And then when they're all done, if you just uncheck the checkbox, then you're back in a nice, simple, easy view. You don't have to worry about all those sizes, and you can just work on creating. So we hope that some of those things will help out with storage. One last little thing is if I show you, for example, I've got another album here that I've copied one of the photos from the other album. I copied it in here. And so if I try to delete this photo, now before that, when we do copies, when you do a copy from inside a studio, we don't actually duplicate the image. So it's not going to take up extra storage on your account. In the storage little the charts over here will illustrate, will show that. But if I click delete on this photo, it's going to say, hey, you know what? This photo is located in another album, so deleting it is not going to actually reduce your photo storage, but it will remove the photo from the album. And this is, you know, are you sure? So, you know, there will be several other little things that we're trying to clean up and fix up for next month's release. We hope that you'll like it, and we hope that it'll help you continue to create and be very organized in your storage with Heritage Makers. And with that, Brett, I guess I'll just go ahead and, are there any questions that we need to answer?
You know, I think you hit most of the questions. There's some little kind of individual questions you can look through the question and answer section and just answer individually. But I've got pages and pages of, wow, this is looking so great. I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, just a whole bunch. So I think you have a bunch of fans out there, and your whole team does, Ryan. Great.
Well, we'll keep working on some stuff to make it easier for everybody here.
And these tools we're looking at towards the end of July is when they'll be released, and we'll be communicating about all the photo storage changes. Hopefully, as you've seen these tools, we realize, especially for you as consultants, that major changes in policies or programs are especially hard on you. You have to understand it, and then you have to answer questions if questions arise. And we're really trying to do everything we can to, one, inform people, but also give them simple tools, give them a program where it's not too difficult, give them enough space where they can get their projects done. And I think Dev's really done a great job on the tools here. All right, well, that is the photo storage, and I'm going to take control back here of the screen, and we'll finish up on talking about the kit, which I know a lot of you are on the call for. All right, let's move on. Introducing the new Consultant Kit. You may have gotten some pictures, may have seen some different supplies and things. We're going to go over them hopefully pretty quickly right now, but let's go ahead and introduce you to the new Heritage Makers Consultant Kit. This is a photo that Marin has gotten. It's over 90% new samples, new training tools. Everything has been, virtually everything's been gone through, simplified, improved, and it is a gorgeous kit. Our whole goal is that when your new consultant opens it up, they are just giddy with excitement to see all the different tools, all the training, and all the fun things that are in that kit. Just a beautiful, beautiful kit. And I don't know if you can see the shipping box over here. This is the last piece we're waiting for. It should be coming in the next just couple days, and we're ready to ship it. It's just a beautiful box. If it's sitting on someone's porch, you bet it's going to get some attention. So a lot of fun there, just beautiful. Okay, so like I said, I guess apparently 95% is new, including new training, new supplies, and new samples. Our whole purpose was to streamline and simplify the business for new consultants for two reasons. One, the new consultant's excited when they open that kit. They're a little wondering whether this is really going to work out for them like they hope it does. And we want that kit to help them just maintain that motivation. Number two, we want you as the consultant, as the sponsor, to feel confident that you can sponsor people, to feel confident that when they get their kit, everything has been engineered in that kit to get them up and going. And really your job as a sponsor is to answer questions, to offer encouragement, and invite them to read their guide and to make their goals that the kit outlines. We'll go over that. I think number one for me personally, if this accomplishes that and makes you more confident in your ability to sponsor, your feeling of your ability to sponsor, we will have hit it right on. Okay, the new kit price is $160. You've probably gotten that from the flyer that's posted in Virtual Office. It's a 400 plus value. It'll be shipping next week as soon as these boxes come in. Current Club HM members can purchase the kit, and that's without a free month of Club HM because they're already on Club HM, for $130. To do that, you contact the home office and they put that order through. And they need to do that anyway to consolidate their customer account, their previous Club HM account. So that's how I know we've had some questions about how the $130 option works. Works just like that. They don't get that extra free month of Club. That's how we discount it. But also they're already on Club HM. What we've seen in the past kit is that people would get double charged. They get their kit, which gave them a free month, but then they didn't want to get charged this month already because they're already on Club, and it just made a mess. So that's partially to simplify it. Last of all, the $50 kit is only available until the end of the month. That's it. So make sure you contact the home office to purchase. We announced in the business blog that it's no longer available online. Only the $160 kit is available online. We're holding any of those kits that have been ordered this week, and we'll be shipping those out next week with the new kit. The $50 kits need to be called in. Okay. New supplies, like I said, there's a lot of new things in here. Host workshop planner, studio art sampler, opportunity brochure. Oh my goodness, there's a studio starter guide. Let me just talk about what each of these are used for. We're not going to have the time to be able to go in and really just look at every single page, but you're going to love doing that as you get your new supplies. They're beautiful. The Host Workshop Planner has the rewards on one side. It has the planner on the back. It's actually available for print in the Virtual Office, but if you order it as a supply, it'll actually cost you a lot less than printing it yourself, and it's printed on great paper. Studio Art Sampler is just that, beautiful redesigned Studio Art Sampler that's perfect to use in workshops to have on the couch as people come in. You'll see them start showing each other which collections they like the most, and it just kind of breaks the ice with your guests in between each other, and then it just creates this giddy atmosphere that's a lot of fun. Opportunity brochure, we have a completely new opportunity brochure that I think you're going to love. I may show that in just a moment. We have the Studio Starter Guide. I'll show that one probably. We have a new training and workshop DVD, training on how to do a workshop. Your new consultant can see how a workshop actually functions. We also have the new studio training on there that you show at your workshop, so that's available. Trade show flyers are a single flyer. It's, I think, 2 cents or so per flyer. So if you're at a trade show and a fair, it's a cheap way to get your marketing and message out. We have 3 new training cards I'll go over at the end of this call, and then a completely new Getting Started guide. We've rewritten it, reorganized it. It's a great, great resource. Simple, but it's got a lot of information in there. So those are our new supplies, and I think it's worthwhile for us just to take a moment and show you at least the opportunity brochure and this Getting Started guide. So let me pop out of the PowerPoint here and see if I can get into some of those pieces. You're going to have to see it on my screen here, which is kind of messy with all that. But let's pull open this Studio Starter Guide, and we'll make sure we can view it in a way that you can kind of appreciate it. So this is Studio Starter Guide, and it's a great thing to give new Club HM members. It's a wonderful piece. Its first page, its whole goal is to help them get a quick start. It shows them how to activate their account, start a project, open the editor, upload photos, just kind of walks them through the publish from activating the process from activating all the way to publishing and checking out. Next page is a studio tour. It just gives a nice view of what Studio is, toolbox, kind of where everything is, an orientation of how they use that. And then finally, it has a tips and tricks section that talks about Page Savvy, talks about page navigation, text tips. Picture Perfect talks about how to tell the different size, the resolution of your photos in there, and then lock versus unlock. Some great things that we get people calling in and asking us on. So this piece in the hands of your new Club HM member will answer a lot of their questions and help them be able to start their project right away. So that is the Studio Starter Guide. And then, It's beautiful, the art sampler. We can't go into that because I want to take just a moment and go through the new opportunity brochure. We showed some of your leaders this a couple days ago, or maybe been weeks ago now, but this is a wonderful piece. It's inexpensive. Go through the Heritage Makers opportunity in business. First, you're going to see that it, well, let's go here, talks about a business that fills your wallet and your heart. Talks a little bit about the purpose of Heritage Makers, what we're really trying to do in the world with our mission and our vision. And then it also gives an overview of how you do the business. It's really joining the club, sharing it, and inviting others to join, and building a team. Next, it talks about how you share what you love. It talks about the different ways that consultants do that. In-home workshops is the primary way, but we have people doing online presentations and using social media, DigiCrops, on the go, trade shows and fairs. A lot of different ways to share your business with Heritage Makers. This is one that I absolutely love, and it's a business that adapts to you. It's kind of an earnings page. It talks about how your Heritage Makers business can be flexible to adapt to your needs of your family. And then it answers the question that we always get. So what is it that I can earn? It gives a quick thing that shows you can receive monthly commissions from continuing Club HM memberships. It shows an example by holding 2 workshops a month, 1 workshop a week, 2 workshops a week. Gives you an idea of the average monthly check you'll receive through the first year, or the average monthly check that you'll receive through the second year as you just simply offer your business through workshops. Then on top of that, it talks about the benefits of building a team and getting additional bonuses that can add up to significant income. This blue is represented, that's commissions. That's just this bottom part here, but look what can happen as you add a team. You get bonuses, and the team building bonus, over time that becomes significant income. And for those people who are interested in finding a way to change their lifestyle and maybe change their occupation and do something really amazing that way, this is the place to do it. These charts are also included in the Getting Started guide, and gives a little bit more detail on what they say. Talks about the network of friends that you have with Heritage Makers. Also talks about all the wonderful tools that you receive as a Heritage Makers consultant to ensure that you can do this. You're going to be successful being a consultant if you follow the tools and materials that are given to you. So that's the opportunity brochure. Fabulous piece. We've been wanting a piece like this for a long time, and I think you're going to absolutely love it. All right, well, that's all the time I can spend on supplies, but I also want you to know kind of what the experience of your new consultants is going to be as they open up that kit. They're going to have that fun box. Then they're going to have a couple kit flyers. One of the first flyers is going to be the story of your HM business success starts here. It goes over what's in the kit, kind of lets them know what's a material, what's a sample, what's a supply, and it also talks about where to go to get help. The next, that went quite a few. The next thing that you'll find is online tools. It'll talk about their virtual office, their website, kind of lets them know what tools they have. Another one will talk about Heritage Maker events and communities, lets them know the different events that we have going on that they can plug into, have fun at, get trained, get going. Online communities, the business blog, the consultant or the leadership Facebook page, the team Facebook pages, and then also the types of online meetings that we have, like inspiration classes, company calls, and team calls. Finally, as they open their kit, one of the first things they're going to see is a special little bag that has some business card coupons, or coupons that we've made out of our business card product. It says a gift for you, and as they go to the next one, it will say, let's see here. Oh, there we go. The next one will say, welcome to Club HM. Your kit includes a complimentary month of Club HM membership. Your publishing points and Premier Access have been applied to your account. If you're previously a Club HM member, you may have chosen to save $30 on your sign-up kit in lieu of the complimentary month. So it just lets them know Club HM is part of this kit. We can't actually put it in there. It's online, but we wanted something to remind them. This also lets them know that they have a complimentary month of VO Plus. They can enjoy the benefits, including a monthly newsletter in VO Plus. To get their complimentary month, they just sign up, and it will start. It also has 5 of these coupons, and we think these coupons are going to be a lot of fun for you as a sponsor, but also a lot of fun for your new consultants to really kick off their business. You know, our new Fast Start Rewards program is incredible. There's so much value they get there. They get that incredible bag. they get all sorts of great things as part of Fast Start. That first 45 days is a really important time in their business. Well, to help them to be able to achieve Fast Start and really get their business off, we're including 5 coupons. We call them the Share the Love coupons. It says sponsor a new consultant and they'll receive 20 free publishing points. You'll have 5 of these coupons to use within your first little bit of time. It says the offer is valid within 60 days of your sign up. So you have 2 months to be able to use these and get your 5. 5 is a magic number with the team building bonus. To redeem, you simply contact customer service. They'll verify that you've signed up the new consultant, and they'll put those points on their account. Now, these are special points. They're not normal points. They're free, and so once they're issued, they expire after 60 days. The whole goal there is to get the person who receives it to get online and start publishing. The faster people get online and start publishing, the more they get out of their business, and the more they catch the vision of Heritage Makers. So 5 of those, total of 100 free publishing points available as you share with new consultants. We also have added, I brought the wrong coupon. Well, I'll say it's the wrong image. It says Show the Love, and it's a special coupon for hosts, and it gives a host 20 free publishing points when they host a workshop. That's the $200 minimum. They'll get 20 free publishing points. Just a little something extra as a new consultant that you can offer to people as they have their workshops. Now remember, in the Getting Started guide, it'll encourage them to book their own grand opening and then to book 5 other workshops. They have 5 cards to do that. The offer is valid within 60 days of the kit sign up, so they have 2 months to be able to redeem these. And then once they just contact customer service once the party's closed, they'll put the points on the host's account, and then the host will have 60 days to use those points before they expire. So it'll get the host hopefully online creating their project, and the faster they act there, the better off they'll be as a client, and the happier they'll be with their Heritage Makers products. So wonderful coupons available in the kit. First thing that they see in this beautiful bag. I'm really excited to see what this does. Hopefully it gets them out there and gives them a tool to go out and share. So next let's talk about who gets what. First of all, who's going to get the new kit? Anyone who purchased it last week is going to get the full new kit. And then what we're going to do is anyone who purchased a business add-on kit in May or June is going to get an update pack that'll come through the mail, and it'll give them most of the new supplies. I think all the new supplies. It doesn't give them new samples, but it will give them all the new supplies that they use in their business. For the rest of us who aren't new, we want to get our hands on this. We announced this last week. You can purchase it right now. There's an ad in Virtual Office with the item code on it, but it includes all the new training materials, the new supplies. It also includes some of those flyers just so you get a taste of what it is that the consultants your new consultants get in their kit. And it also includes the 5 publishing cards, sponsoring coupons, and the 5 hosting coupons. Now, when we announced it, we just put the sponsoring coupons. We're going to add the hosting. That's a $200 value in publishing points. Those coupons will be good for 2 months, so you can use them in July or August, and the person who receives the points will have 60 days to be able to use those points. All of that is included in what we call the pre-order supply update pre-order pack. It's over $75, over 200 points in publishing. That's actually a $275 value for only $65. We're just charging you our cost at it to get it in your hands and have it really help you during the summer. That pre-order pack is available June 22nd through the 29th. The 29th is tomorrow. It's going to ship early next week. It'll ship next week, and you order it with item code 0597. Now, I looked online, and we've had a couple people take advantage of it, but we don't have many other who have yet. I encourage you to take advantage of the price. Is a good price on it, and it's the only way to get those publishing coupons that'll really help you during your fall. All right. Oh, and there's the pre-order supply kit. All right. With that, I'm going to take just a moment and look through any questions that have come in, and then we'll move on to the final portions of the call here. Some people are asking, well, when are the supplies going to be available for us to order? They're actually online now. we're adding some descriptions there, but if you go into the supply center, you'll see most of the new supplies there. You can put them on an order. We'll be shipping those out next week. So if you want to add to your pre-order supply, you're certainly welcome to. And if you're wanting to put more things than just what's in the pre-order supply, what we'll do is add the pre-order supply kit hopefully it'll be by tomorrow, and you can place that on a supply order in the supply center and add things so you don't have to do double shipping there. So watch for that. Okay, we're going to have to move on. If you have other questions, type them into customer service. We'll be happy to answer them, or after the call, answer them in the question and answer field here as much as long as it'll let me. Okay, next, it's time for, what's it time for? We've got July right around the corner, right? It's time for that? No, it is time for Christmas in July. We did this last year. We've actually done it for quite a few years. But last year we did a little change on Christmas in July and focused it on Club HM, and it was a good success. And so we have a new flyer for you to use. It'll be posted tomorrow for you to use for Christmas in July. Basically what this is an opportunity for you to talk to your clients in your workshops, your previous clients, and talk about what Heritage Makers can do for their Christmas. Now, I don't know if you've ever experienced a Heritage Makers for Christmas. That's a Christmas where you either give Heritage Makers to someone, or even better, when you receive a Heritage Makers project from someone. Hands down, and I know I work for Heritage Makers, but I am saying this with full sincerity, a Heritage Makers Christmas is the best Christmas you will have. I've received many Heritage Makers projects for Christmas, and hands down, every year they are the best. They're my most valued and treasured gifts that I've received or given. And what we're doing is we're taking the time in Christmas in July to get people to think ahead to Christmas. What is it that you're wanting to do in Christmas this year? And help and by thinking ahead, helping them be able to, one, finance that goal, but really achieve it. Get started on those projects and figure out what it is that they want. As part of this Christmas in July flyer, it's going to show if you're a Bronze Club HM member from now till Christmas, you're going to collect 200 points in the next 5 months. That's till November. 200 points is enough, for example, to get these type of projects. If you're a Silver member, you're going to get 350 points. You're going to save $100, and you could get projects like this or something else. As a Gold member, 750 points. You're going to save $250, and you could get, for example, these types of things. This is another great option to go back to your previous club members or your current club members and see if they need to upgrade for the next 5 months or 6 months to have the points that they need for Christmas. So that's this side of the flyer. The back side is a simple worksheet. It makes it easy for them to fill out what is it that I'm going to need for Christmas. Well, I need to do my holiday cards. I need some address labels for those cards. I want to do some calendars, or whatever it is that they want to do. They enter the quantity that they need. They can look at our price list and figure out how many points they need there, total those up, and then they can figure out what Club HM membership is going to work best for them. It's a great tool. We'll post it. We'll post it today. Watch for it right after the call. We'll get it up in the virtual office library. And as part of that, we'll have an ad on the homepage of your consultant websites that talk about Christmas in July. It'll be linked to this flyer. We'll also have an article in your VO Plus newsletter that talks about Christmas in July as well. So, fabulous tool. Make sure you take advantage of it in your workshops. It's a great thing. Last of all, on the announcement section, we have 10 and 2, June through August promotion. We'd announced this promotion the beginning of June. It's not too late. You've got a couple days left. We've seen quite a few people who are close to 10 clubs or over 10 clubs, or who have one consultant that just need 2. Just a reminder what you're getting for this promotion. By achieving 10 new clubs and 2 new consultants each month, July through August, you're going to get 10% more in commission on your total sales volume. That'll bump you up to that 30% commission level. You're also going to get your picture on the front cover of the Your Story, Your Way magazine. You don't have to be a President's Club member. You don't have to be a leader to get that. Just achieve the 10 and 2 the next 3 months, and we'll get a professional shot of you at reunion. We'll have Marin touch it up and get it ready for the magazine, and then we'll print you out a pack of those magazines to use for your business the coming year. You also get August TAC points. The current TAC program ends in July, but we're going to give you a full another month to count towards the current TAC and an additional 500 bonus TAC points. So if you're on the TAC program and close, you know, that extra month and 500 points might be enough to bump you up to the next level. You're going to achieve Ruby level on the incentive just as a result from this. You're going to get extra reunion rewards. You're going to get President's Club membership by doing this in all likelihood. It's just a good thing. So take advantage of that. If it's the end of the month, you're almost there, or you have a little bit more to do, start getting on the call, on the phone, and achieve that promotion. It's a great thing. Okay, it's over $1,000 in value. Okay, inspirations classes. We have an inspirations class tonight. If you, I know you're going to be on this call you've been on this call for a little bit. If you can swing being on a call tonight, you're going to meet Cynthia Coulon. She's our communications person here, and she is fabulous. She's been in the scrapbooking industry, digital scrapbooking industry for quite some time, and she is a fabulous, fabulous lady. You're going to love seeing kind of some of the projects she's been working on herself. And then the focus is on family reunion projects. As a business person, those are wonderful projects to do because you do many copies of those when you help someone to get the idea of doing a family reunion booklet or a family reunion album. Generally, you're going to sell 5, 10, 20, maybe up to 30 different copies of that. It's a great option. Other calls coming up. We're going to have a preseason peak for the holidays tied into our Christmas in July, the first inspirations class of July. Then we're going to do on the 26th a focus on sports events and sports projects, related projects, and the co-presenter there will be Roxanne Buchholz from our creative team. So put those on your calendar. Make sure your clients are excited about that. We do send an invitation to all consultants and all current club members, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you have clients who you'd like to invite yourself personally, make sure you do that. All right, I've got the last little bit, and I know we're going just a little bit long on this call, but I think it's going to be really helpful for you. If you need to jump off the call, you're certainly welcome to. We are recording it, and we'll be posting it right after this call as soon as it compiles. But just a little bit of training. Here we go. Do you ever feel like this? My wife, I left her this morning, and my goodness, she felt like that. She even had the crying baby on her hip. She didn't quite have Post-it notes all over her. I know they were just inside her head with all the things that she had to do. And she had 3 kids in the background kind of not screaming, but very, very energetic. Ever feel just overwhelmed with life? You ever feel that way with your business? You've got to juggle that. You've got to do this, host coach here, etc. What about this? You ever feel this way? Oh, my goodness, there's so much to do. Maybe when you sponsor a new consultant, you have all these flyers and forms. Okay, I got to get the binder out, and I've got to go through this, and I got to go through that, and really get her organized. And at the same time, you're feeling kind of overwhelmed yourself. I feel that way here in my office. I'm glad our camera's not on. My desk is quite messy right now. Sometimes we just get buried in all things Heritage Makers, it feels like. Or maybe you may just feel like this. Maybe none of it's on the outside, it's all on the inside, and it's just wanting to come out. I think we all feel that way sometimes in our personal lives, but also in our Heritage Makers business. Are you looking for a way to simplify your business? One way to not feel like there's too much to do is to limit what it is that you have to do or what it is that you feel like you have to do. Now, that's the process of simplification. If you could simplify your business, how would that help? Well, look no further. 3 of the supplies were released, and these come in the kit. They'll come in your supply update packs. I think will go a long way to helping you feel like your business is more simple, to feel like you can successfully host coach and have a workshop go through, to feel like you can successfully sponsor a new consultant and get them a good foundation to be successful. To sign up a new club member and to feel like you've done everything you can to help them really get started well and know what it is that they need to do and hopefully stay on Club HM long term. So what are these 3 cards that we have? We showed them off as part of the supplies, but I think it's going to be worthwhile for us to go in and actually take a look at each one and to see how they're used in your business. So let me jump back out of this PowerPoint screen, and we better pull up those cards here. let's start with the Club HM checklist. This is a, oh, there's the phone call. This is a checklist that's available. It's a card that's available, and it's focused specifically on new Club HM members. Our goal was, as a new consultant, when I sign up a Club HM member, sometimes I wonder, what is it that I should do with them? Okay, they signed up, now what do I do? I'm their consultant. My job's to consult, to help them. But what is it that they really need? This card is a simple card that has 5 slots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for you to enter in the names of 5 Club HM members. So if you're going to be signing up 10 a month, you'd use 2 cards in a month. What you do is you fill out their name, phone, email, their club start date. You can check off what club they're on and whether they took advantage of the sign-up special. Then these are things that, talking with our leaders, are important things that can help your Club HM member have a good start. They're the first talking points. They're the first things that after you sign them up, you give them a call or an email, you can just make sure that they have these at their fingertips. For example, have you sent a welcome email? Now, Heritage Makers sends a welcome email, but I'd suggest if someone's signing up for Club HM that you have a templated welcome email that you send to them. And it may just be as simple as, hey, your order's through. Thank you so much. I really think you're going to absolutely love this. And maybe a couple tips, some ideas, a project you're working on, an invitation to an inspirations class. Really, you can do whatever you'd like. Make it as fun as you want. But send a personal email to them welcoming them to Club HM. Check and see if they've received their studio ID. That can be by a phone call or as part of that email. You can go into your business, your membership report, and see if they've logged in. If they haven't logged in, maybe that's an opportunity to give them a call and set up a time to help them log in. Getting people logged in and started on project is a strong way to get them to stay on Club HM. The more Club HM members that stay on your business, the more rewarding your business is going to be to them and to you long term. Next, do they know how to find the tutorials when you talk to them, maybe on a first phone call? Show them where the tutorials page is. That same page will have the inspiration classes on it. This is an important one. Have they joined the Club HM Facebook page? Maybe as part of that welcome email, they're going to get emails from us, like I said, but as a personal email from their consultant, their personal consultant, the only company that has a personal consultant like this, maybe an invitation to join the Club HM Facebook page. We pay employees almost 24/7. I know Linda works well into the night on that page, responding to questions that come up on that page. But more importantly, it's a community where they support each other and there's challenges and inspiration and ideas. That all is something that you don't have to come up with. You just need to connect them to that page, and we handle that. Have they attended an inspirations class? Looking at your current Club HM members, getting them to attend or watch an inspirations class is a great way to get them really founded in their business or in their account, their Club HM account. Have they received your newsletter? And then also, have they given a referral? We put that on there to remind you that you should be asking for referrals. When people log in and start working on their projects, they generally know people who are going to absolutely love this. And if you don't ask, a lot of times they don't remember to tell you. But if you ask, a lot of times they'll remember, oh yeah, so-and-so would absolutely love this. And that helps you move your business forward. You can also write down the publishing plan from the workshop if you use that flyer, or just ask them what projects it is that they're interested in doing. If you write those down here, you'll be able to keep track of them. And as you contact them in the future, maybe find out, have you finished that book, or have you worked on this, etc. Last of all, over here, it gives you an idea of how to give your Club HM members a strong start. Generally, you should make monthly contact via email or phone with each of your club members. Now, as your club gets bigger, it may just be via email. You should contact members who read your newsletter. You get an email letting you know who read your newsletter. You should contact them and see how it's going. Maybe invite them to upgrade their Club HM membership or see if they are in need of that, if they're using their points and need to move up. Or just see how they're doing and keep that going. Share publishing ideas and project ideas. Invite them to host, give referrals, or join your team, and then always congratulate them on publishing whenever publishing happens. Can you see how using this card, saying instead of coming up with my own tools, instead of trying to think of, okay, what are all the different things I should be doing with, just simply using this card. When I use sign up a Club HM member, I keep track, and once I've checked each of these things off, they're good. I've given them a good foundation. I know they're going to get my newsletter. I know they're going to get my emails, and I'm going to contact them as I publish or as I need to. It simplifies the business. Okay, let's move to the next card, and that is host coaching. Host coaching is one of the most important parts of direct selling, a party plan. In Heritage Makers is no different. Having successful host coaching will make all the difference in having a successful workshop. Not having successful host coaching can guarantee not having a successful workshop. So how do you host coach? We've had host coaching checklists in the past. This is a completely redone host coaching checklist with all of the wisdom and experience of our leaders who have been successful at host coaching. The first side of the card, you fill out the information about the event. And then it's simply three contacts to make sure your hosts are prepared and they're getting ready for their workshop. The first contact, it happens within 24 to 48 hours of giving them their host packet. So if I give them a packet tonight at my workshop, within 2 days I want to contact them and go through this checklist. It's going to include things such as introducing yourself, setting a workshop date if you haven't, or confirm that date, setting the goal of what it is that they want, getting a wish list of ideas of projects they're wanting to do. You can look for this. We won't have time to go through every part of the checklist, but if you do each one of these things with them, man, that's a great first contact. That's a good foundation for them to be successful. Second contact is going to happen 7 to 10 days prior to the event. You're going to ask how many invitations have been extended and confirmed. You're going to remind her that a no to attending doesn't mean a no to ordering or booking, and encourage her to get 5 to 10 outside orders. That all goes towards her total workshop, and it's going to increase her workshop rewards. You'll find out if her project has been ordered. If she has a project that she's done personally at that workshop, the success of the workshop, the number of people joining Club HM is going to go up dramatically. Also have her email you the guest list so you can make reminder calls right before the workshop. The third contact date just happens 2 to 3 days before the event. You'll talk about what time you're going to arrive. You're going to remind her to have a few light snacks. You're going to review the guest list with her, get directions for her house, and etc. You can read through that when you get the card. So wonderful card. Can you see how if you just do those three things, you're going to have a really well-prepared host. On the back of the card, it gives you tips for holding a successful workshop. These are some of the top tips from some of our top workshop holders. So you'll want to read through those and make sure that you implement as many of them as you can. We also have this spicing things up section. This is based off of a program we ran just a couple months ago. It's the little things that make all the difference. And if you offer extra rewards, host rewards, you can really improve the workshop sales for your hosts and for you. The way you do that is you use your own club publishing points to motivate your host. This is called investing in your business. So if I'm on club, if I'm a gold club members, I'm getting 150 club publishing points a month. I may use a segment of it. Maybe it's a third that I use to really invest in my business and help my host to do actions that cause really successful workshops. We have a list of things that you can do. For example, giving them a couple extra points when they have 3 new club members, or when they have outside orders, or when their workshop reaches $400 in sales. Just some ideas of things you can do to spice it up if you choose to. Last of all, on this card, you have totals where you can write in, a closing checklist. Make sure you go through each item on that checklist to make sure that you've closed it out well, that you've said thank you, you've done a thank you call a day later, you've sent a thank you card, a Heritage Makers thank you card, etc. So hopefully get the vision of this card. You'll want it as part of that supply update pack that you get, and they're available to purchase in packs of 10 in the Virtual Office Supply Center. Okay, thank you for holding in there. We're going to do just one more. This is the new consultant checklist card. This helps sponsoring become hopefully just something that you get really used to, something where you know exactly what it takes to get a new consultant up and going, and it helps you learn how to know what it is the new consultant wants so that you provide the appropriate support. First side of the card is the new consultant profile. On one side, you're going to put in the home, family, and personal interests of the new consultant. It helps you get to know them. The better you know your new consultants, the better you're going to be able to support them. And, you know, our lives ebb and flow. The better you know their their home, their family life, just a little bit about them, the better you'll know. If they have something that happens with their spouse or their children where their business needs to ebb and flow, you can support that. On the right-hand side, you're going to fill out their contact information, best time to call them, when they want to be called, morning or evening, whether it's okay to text them, their email, things like that. And then you're going to ask some business information. And we'll see on the back of the card, as part of the new consultant training checklist, on your first contact after they've signed up, you should go through this card with them. They'll have a card in their kit. They can read it along with you, and you should fill out yours on your end of the phone or in person if you do that, so that you both know what it is that they're wanting in their business. For example, what is your vision? What's your why for your Heritage Makers business? If they're just wanting this to make some projects for fun, then you know that you're not going to be investing tons and tons of time getting them to hold 10 workshops a month, because that's not what they're interested in right now. Now, it doesn't mean you don't suggest those things. Those things maybe they're not interested in simply because they're not aware of what that can do. But it's important to find out. What would you like to accomplish in the next 3 months in your business? What's your long-term dream for you and your family? And then it has these statements. I would like to make X amount by this month. So as a consultant, as your sponsor, as their sponsor, you'll know how much they're trying to make and what they need to make it by. And then next, I'm willing to invest so many hours a week in my business, not including publishing. Finally, I'm willing to hold so many workshops a week and have so many conversations a week to achieve that. This way, both of you can know exactly what her business plan is and support accordingly. So this is part of that first contact you'll have with them, and it helps you all know what it is. Now, these things may change over time, but initially it's important to understand. On the back, we have the new consultant training checklist. These are gold. These are fabulous, and it follows the same kind of format as host coaching. 3 training sessions. Each training session has a list of a checklist that you go through with them, from anything to how to access a business blog, to logging into Studio and starting a project, reviewing the Fast Start program. All of it's on there, and you just check it off as things that you've talked about in session 1. Session 2, check off these things as you've talked about them in session 3. The overall goal of the training checklist in each of these sessions is to have the new consultant complete each of these actions. Once they've checked off everything on this list, wow, they're dangerous as a consultant. They're trained. They're not only been trained, but they've had some success, and they're ready to really move. Those things include completing that new consultant profile together, publishing a project, completing their list of 100, reading the Getting Started guide, setting up a Heritage Makers workshop, attending a live workshop if possible, attending a team call, attending an inspiration class, booking and holding their grand opening workshop, holding 20 Heritage Makers conversations, sponsoring a new consultant, and booking 6 other workshops, and achieving Fast Start. That's what you focus on. A lot of times consultants say, well, I don't know what to do as a new consultant. If I sponsor someone, what do I do with them? The simple answer is, you do this card with them. That's it. Once they've done this card and you focus on that training checklist, that's what you focus on when you talk and you call, answer their questions, give them the support, but this is what you focus on. Once they've done it, they're dangerous. They're trained as a consultant, and they're going to be successful. Last of all, it talks about ongoing support. Once they've completed this checklist, then what do I do with them? Well, it really depends on how much on what their weekly business efforts are. For example, if they're likely active, that means they're infrequent at holding workshops. They don't do workshops very often. They're not going to need that much time because they're not doing that much business. And by workshops, that's the core. They may be doing conversations and trade shows, and you'll get a sense as to how much they're doing business-wise. But by that, lightly active, you're going to make sure they're invited to your monthly mentoring call, or you hold a monthly mentoring call with them, and make sure they're invited to your team Facebook page, that they are invited to team company calls. And what you're going to do is encourage them to hold more workshops if they want more out of their business. And as they hold more workshops, you're going to spend more time with them. It'll move them to moderately active. That's 2 to 3 workshops monthly, and infrequently sponsoring. With that, we encourage you to have 2 mentoring calls. That's one-on-one calls with them, see how they're doing, check on their goals, answer their questions, provide some training. provide personal support and coaching. You're going to set and review personal business goals. And also you're going to talk about their plans for achieving the next rank. They're holding enough workshops, they're sponsoring to where moving up in ranks, they not only a possibility, it's a likelihood. You're also going to focus on sponsoring and achieving the first level of the business team building bonus. They're infrequently sponsoring. They don't sponsor every month, just every couple months. So you'll focus on let's sponsor frequently each month and get you achieving your finding your 5 for the team building bonus, getting that $100 next step in your team building bonus. As they do that and focus on that, they may move into highly active. That's 1 to 2 workshops a week, and sponsoring monthly. That's the 10 and 2 kind of level. And with them, you're going to hold weekly mentoring calls. These are your highly active consultants, team members who you're really wanting to support. You're going to discuss sponsored consultants training and team growth and activity. You're going to talk about their potential new stars and 2 stars. And you're going to focus on duplication and achieving the second level of team building bonus. They're sponsoring consistently, so we're going to talk a lot about what those new consultants are doing and getting those new consultants really up and going. As you can see, we spent a long time on this card, but hopefully it'll make it simple to do your business. The whole kit will, but specifically focusing on these cards. These 3 cards, if you just focus on those, will move your business forward like nothing you've ever seen before. They're incredible. They've been compiled by your leaders. Well, that's the training principle. If you're looking for a way to take the stress out of your business, I'd encourage you to follow the process in the program. These cards are the process and program. Just focus on what they ask you to do and see what happens this fall and summer in your business. Well, that's it. That's our consultant training, and that's our call. We'll post the recording once it's done, downloaded and archived online, and we'll be posting some of the other things. I'll be staying after on the call staying after to answer questions in the question and answer. So if you want to leave your browser open, you're certainly welcome to, and I'll answer as many as I can. Thank you so much for attending call. As you can see, we've got incredible things, and it only gets better from here because reunion's just around the corner. Thanks all. Have a great day.